Hey, Golemancers, welcome back. Bronze Dragon here with an update for Golem Overlord. I thought I'd drop in because Yixen, while still not 100%, is back at work. It's been a number of weeks and he's gradually getting back into the or back into the swing of things. And we're starting to see some changes. A few days ago, last week at some point, you saw that he came back and he gave an event that helped farmers, basically, that basically reduced the amount of decaying scavenger golems on 8-hour basis or 4-hour basis, however often you claim. But there's been a number of changes, and there's some pretty big changes incoming for tomorrow. So I thought I'd drop a video. And I'm going to start off with going over what's changed just over the last few days. If you have not been keeping up with the notes, you can go to Discord, and he does a very good job of upkeeping the Golem Overlord change log. But if you don't frequent Discord and you haven't been paying attention much, I'm going to try to summarize these, and then we'll end up with the big changes that are going to happen tomorrow. So you'll want to stick around for that. So let's start off a few days ago, and he did change the penalty calculation for above 5,000 rating. It was a different system already, so it can go up to 90% now if your target has less than 15% of your rating. Next change, big change, change the minimum steal calculation. Now, I'm not a big math guy, but this does, basically the output here is the multiplier cannot go below 2.5%. If you are playing an attack build, I would emphasize this is one of the calculations you look at to figure out your daily play. Now, he also changed max steal to attack attack faith divided by attack faith plus defender's faith times 2. So, and as we go along, you're going to see some other big changes coming in tomorrow that have to do with attackers and defenders and faith in particular, but also scavenger golems. And made a change to attack protection, change to 5 and 15 minutes on loss or win. So that helps out a little bit, especially if you're getting pounded. So the next change was Golem charging station above 20 gets diminishing returns now for Scavenger Golem Max. So what I'm inferring from that was people was stacking that high, and some of these stats as we've seen as the game go along, have weird extrapolated effects as the numbers got much higher. Some of them had unintended effects, so he's had to change these as time goes along to, hopefully make the game better. Okay, so he also removed the decayed golems from the penalty calculations and lowered the upper penalty a bit. Don't have any specifics on those, so I'll just leave those alone. He added griefing protection up to once every 24 hours. If you get hit a lot, it might trigger a fortification and faith bonus for 1 claim cooldown. So that's good. Like I said, if you're getting pounded a lot, that could potentially help you out. Next up, you are able to connect your Discord now in your settings. I was prompted for that a few days ago, and I did that. And he has future things in mind for that connection. And let's see here. Discord connection will be forced after the first 7 days. Yes, I got forced to do that. Let's see. The keychain was implemented. It was already implemented, but he is requiring a CAPTCHA. I'm taking that. He's already been up front. He's very anti-bot. So just another, another multi-factor, right? So fix the accounts modal for bigger past account boxes. Don't have any. Don't really know right off what that means, but let's go back into the next one. Leaderboard claim multiplier now also gives a fortification malice. This is a change. Should move the top closer together. Next up, add a band screen. So I guess he needs that. So yeah, like I said, back to the anti-bot things, and I guess he could, he's the boss, so he could ban anybody, but I'm assuming that has to do a lot with behavior and or botting. Next up, changed faith a bit more for more effective defense, and we're getting ready to go into that. These are the big changes incoming tomorrow. Okay, so let me frame this for you. After we go through this, you'll see what I mean. And I'm playing a very much farming build because I don't have a lot of time to pay attention to this game on a daily basis. I can set my clock and do my collections and stuff. But for the last few weeks, since the big changes he made, it's been a very pro attack build situation. In other words, attack builds didn't have to pay for scavenger golems, which are incredibly expensive on a daily basis to keep everything running, right? And the more scavenger golems you stack, the more juicy target people filter out. And like I found that once I reach above a certain level, then I start getting pounded on a lot more. So people are evidently looking for that when they're looking for people to attack. So either way, and the second thing I've noticed, and I have not been attacking much. Obviously, I run a defense build, so I haven't put much power points into power. But I noticed, and the reason why is because I would attack, and I don't know, I would do 3 attacks, and I would win 2 attacks, and then I would lose an attack, and the attack I lost twice as much as the two put together that I won. So it increasingly got just like not worth even attacking. So that's why I went into a defensive situation and farming situation. But with that said, he wants to see more action in the game, basically. He wants to see more people attacking because evidently a lot of people saw what I saw and stopped attacking. So he's making some changes. They're going to start tomorrow, and they're going to have major effects on the game. Okay, with that said, he introduced a new calculation that it goes into effect whenever you attack somebody. And it's right here. This is the attack calculation. 0.45 plus the attacker minus the defense, the attack of player 1 minus the defense of player 2 divided by the defense of player 2 times 1 plus the defense of player 2 times 0.05. Now, once again, not a math guy. Can't really wrap my head around it, but I'm going to assume that he knows exactly what he's talking about because he describes it later here. So what this means, if you're not a big math head, the failed attack part loss was lowered by a lot. Okay, so going back to my previous statement, wasn't even really worth attacking for me because I was losing more than I was earning. Okay, so it was 3 to 10% before. Okay, this is what, if you attacked and you failed, this is what you would lose. Now it's 0.5% to 2.5%, so much lower. So it makes attacking much more attractive now. Fortification malice is gone now, leaderboard fortification malice. And he said he's going to monitor and see how things are going and adjust as needed. So basically this change makes it more attractive for attackers. Okay, now what about us defenders? Okay, so also starting at the same time, max steel won't be capped by golem charging station anymore. It will be your active scavenger golems times 0.5 plus 3. So you start out with 3. If you had 0 scavenger golems as an attacker because you were running a pure attack build, you would have 3 at least for max steel. But it's going to be kind of imperative now that to run an effective attack build, you're going to have to pay for scavenger golems. So welcome to the club, attackers, right? So you can see what us farmers have been doing or paying through the nose for. Now, he summarized, Yixon summarized by saying, these changes aim to make it more fun and less risky to attack, but also making it less devastating to the one being attacked. This also stops the top of the leaderboard to be immortal. I don't know what that means. Okay. And he notes, expect a PvP event soon. So we're in the middle part here with no event. So I imagine that'll start tomorrow. The new event will be PvP. So, if you're running an attack build, I would say you need to plan on modifying. I would say that you probably need to pick up some scavenger golems, possibly up your golem charging station. That remains to be seen. But obviously, if you want to get anything decent when you're attacking, you're going to need to up your scavenger golems, okay, and pay for some. And he says, I want to see some mayhem. So he did a couple short fixes as well here later on in the day. So I do know that he also noted that another change that was happening was faith is going to have an increased effect for a defender. So if you're running a defense build like me, it is now times 4 instead of times 2. It's doubled, 0.4, whatever it was. He said it's doubled. So faith will have doubled effect for defenders. So we're not getting the shaft right now. I mean, actually, it's better because I've been running more of a faith build lately, and I've been noticing it's been working okay. I mean, I usually get attacked a few times during my 8-hour session period, and I noticed that as my faith has increased, the amount that they've gotten has decreased, which we all know has happened, but you never know until you actually see it happen. So I'm still increasing faith as time goes on. I don't know, depending upon what the details of the event are, I might get into it, but who knows? I'm pretty low on power as it is. So, well, with that said, this has been Bronze Dragon with a little update for Golem Overlord. Hope this has helped out. If you find this information worthwhile, please give me a thumbs up and think about subscribing. Have a good one, and I will see you on the flip side.